Welcome to our devotional. It's good to be here with you. And if you've been watching these, you know that I'm doing a series on anger and hate and rage. And today we are going to simply look at about 6 scriptures, really briefly, about anger. And I think you're going to find that if you haven't already come to the realization that anger is really bad, and that anger within the church is really bad, and that it's a bad witness, I think maybe through these scriptures you'll understand some of the reasons why I am so against anger in myself. Hopefully I can help you resolve some of your anger, and I'm especially hope we can resolve some of the anger in the church, because it has no business there. Well, the first scripture is Ecclesiastes 7:9, and it says this: "For anger resides in the lap of fools." Anger resides in the lap of fools. Let me ask you this. Have you ever done anything foolish when you're angry? I'll bet you if you identify the top 10 foolish things that you've done in your life, a lot of them happen because you were angry, right? You got angry and you did something stupid. I remember one time I slammed my hand down, I darn near broke it. A foolish thing to do. Next verse, James 1:19 through 20. "Anger does not produce the righteousness that God desires." You know, sometimes we think, well, if I get angry, I'll get my way. No, it doesn't produce the righteousness that God desires. So anger is not a tool. It should never be used as a tool, and it doesn't result in God's righteousness. Psalm 37:8 says, "Refrain from anger, it only leads to evil." Where does anger lead to? Anger leads to evil. No wonder Satan tries to rile up our anger, because he riles us up and it leads for us doing evil. And Satan loves it when you do evil. He loves it when I do evil. Anger results in evil. Proverbs 27:4 says, "Anger is cruel." Anger is cruel. And that's so true. That's so true. Some people get angry and they get cruel, abusers. Somehow they get off it. I don't know that, but anger is cruel. Maybe some people drink, and when they drink, they get angry. When they get angry, they act out of that anger, and they're cruel. Anger is cruel. Equate anger and being cruel. Proverbs 29:8 says, "The wise turn away anger." The wise turn away anger. Now, I have a friend of mine, and this friend of mine is in a nursing home, and she is in fact very alert, wheelchair bound, but very alert, and she's the chairman or the president of the residents council. And she was telling me the other day that sometimes she has to run bingo, sometimes there's these couple guys that start getting all upset and angry when they don't win, and they start and she'll say something like this to them. She'll say, "Uh-oh, somebody took their ugly pills today. You're gonna have a better day. I know you can do better. There you go." And she just tries to put a smile on their face. Now, she knows these people pretty well, so she can do it in that way. But the point is, the wise turn anger away, and however you can do it. Now, you may not want to use those words. You may have another scheme for turning the why, for helping people turn away from the anger, and for turning away anger yourself. Or maybe you just think about that. When you start getting angry, think, "Uh-oh, did I take my ugly pill today?" Maybe that's what you want to do. I don't know. Here's another verse. Proverbs 29:22 says, "An angry person stirs up conflict." Isn't that true? You know, I believe that our press riles people up to get anger. They play that card all the time, and what does it do? It riles them up to conflict. We got so many people in our country right now. They're angry, 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 angry. And what's happening? There is conflict. Either real conflict, like during the riots over the George Floyd killing, or just conflicts of words. But it is true that the angry person stirs up conflict. Furthermore, Proverbs 29:22, second half of that says, and a hot-tempered person commits many sins. Think about that in your life. Think about some of the times when you sinned. Did it come out of anger? Not only did you act foolishly, but did sin come out of that? That's why Satan loves to get us angry. That's one of his greatest tools, is to get us angry. Well, one more verse. One of my favorites in the whole Bible. It says this. And it's my favorite, not because of what it says, but because it's kind of funny. It says, Proverbs 30:33, for as churning cream produces butter, and as twisting the nose produces blood, that's the part I like, as twisting the nose produces blood, just as surely as those two things happen, so stirring up anger produces strife. It says this is a sure thing. Stirring up anger produces strife. That's why I hate it when the press stirs up anger, because it stirs up strife. And what's strife? Strife means angry or bitter disagreement over fundamental issues. It means conflict. And that's what's going on in our country right now. People are getting riled up. The politicians have learned if they can rile somebody up to anger, they can win their vote. And they rile people up, but all this riling up to anger is causing disagreement over fundamental issues. And maybe these issues really aren't so fundamental, but over fundamental issues, and produces conflict. Well, something for you to think about. Anger being cruel. Anger being the result of much sin. Anger causing conflict. And you also might think about ways to repel anger. Repel it in yourself and also in other people. Well, that's all that we have for this session. All I want to say to you is thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Aloha. See you there.